Hey everybody, I'm Steve Petrella from Action Network. Today I'm going to walk you through how to sign up for, deposit at, and use the FanDuel Sportsbook. I covered the promo that's active right now at the time of this recording, but for the latest promotion in your area, please check out the links in the description below.
All right, once you have the app downloaded, you're going to bring back to this home screen, and you're just going to click join in the top right here. If you already have a FanDuel fantasy account, you can basically link your accounts and share balances. You will still get the new user promo if you've only played fantasy, but if you've signed up for a FanDuel Sportsbook account in another state, you won't be eligible. You share the same state and the same balance and the same account across any state that you log in from. So here I've already created an account, so I'm just gonna put in some random information and then pause the registration, create an account, and then you'll be brought to this verification screen. Basically what the Sportsbook is doing here is matching your identity to your account. You can't create multiple accounts, and they need to make sure you're of betting age, which in most states for most sportsbooks is 21. And so they're basically going to take what the government knows about you and tie it to the information you enter. And so the best way to get verified immediately is going to be to make sure whatever you input matches what's on your photo ID. So your correct address, your full legal name, if you use a nickname or anything like that, make sure it matches your photo ID. All right, once you have your account created, you're verified, and you're all set up to start betting, you're obviously going to need to deposit some money. So there's a couple different ways to do that. They obviously make it very easy to deposit. And so what you'll want to do is hit account, and it'll bring you to this profile page. You'll hit add funds. And then depending on your preferences and sort of what payment methods you like, there's tons of different options. I find that on FanDuel, bank account works pretty well, pretty consistently, and pretty quickly. You actually, for the most part, don't need to log back into your bank account or reconnect your bank account. It saves the information pretty well, which most sportsbooks don't do. You can also use credit card, debit card, PayPal, anything like that. I find that credit cards can be a little finicky depending on the provider, just given that there's still some checks and balances in place for gambling, and that debit card is pretty reliable as well. Credit card just not quite as much. So if I have a saved bank account here, I can just select a preset amount. I'll choose 100, and I'll add $100 to my account. All right, if you're a new user, you're going to see some kind of welcome offer on the home screen. Right now, when I'm recording this, their universal offer is bet 5, get 150 if your first bet wins. The $5 bet doesn't have any kind of odds requirements. You can take as big a favorite as you want and give yourself the best chance to lock in the bonus. If you're in a new state like North Carolina, FanDuel's typically going to offer you a little bit more. Maybe it's 200 in bonus bets or something like that. And then at times they'll also offer a no sweat bet, which is generally up to about 1,000 for new users. So if your first bet loses, you're refunded in bonus bets equal to what you lost. I think FanDuel's navigation is not my favorite amongst the US sports books. It's a little crowded. There's all these books trying to push a lot of different things sort of all at once. And so you can see here, like I'm on college basketball, but my whole screen is taken up by this NBA same game parlay they're trying to push. And then when I do get a college basketball, I see a bunch of live games, which is great, but then there's another menu for top 25, but just a little crowded. One thing FanDuel's added recently is this Explore tab, which is really meant for, I think, people newer to betting who get sort of overwhelmed by the pluses and minuses and all the different numbers, and they've really tried to gamify the experience. So very simple. Klay Thompson to score 25 or more points, 10 wins 75. I think most people, even if they're new to betting, will understand that. Whether or not you actually want to place any of these these parlays that they're pushing is certainly a different story. Player props here at the top, which I just flipped to, can be a nice way to find every prop for a specific player. So if you really want to bet Nikola Jokic props tonight, whether that's overs or unders. You can, sort of see everything that's available here. It gives you some stats and things like that. So if you're new to betting, just starting your journey, not a bad place to get some inspiration, but certainly not a place you want to be tailing all your bets from either. So back to the home screen now. Again, the navigation for college basketball, totally fine. Just click into the games. There's a separate option for top 25. There's menus for futures along the top. But for a sport like golf, which is a little bit, you just bet it a little differently than you do basketball, it's a little more confusing. So if you go to more wagers here, I'll go to the Puerto Rico Open. You can see all the different place bets, top 5s, top 10s are all sort of stacked on top of each other. So I see top 5 here. I decide, okay, I like Sam Stevens, top 5. It's 9-1. Okay, it's not the bet I want to make. I actually want to bet him top 20. I now have to go find him again. He's plus 160. Okay, so I just think that they could do better to combine those menus. Some sports books will sort of put similar bets, place bets like this in golf next to each other instead of in separate places. So you have to find the golfer again. So there's some navigational things to clean up, but overall not too bad an experience. I know one thing people really like about FanDuel is the existing user boosts and bonuses. And so if you follow any of the Twitter accounts that typically tweet out, the boosts and bonuses worth betting for all users, they're typically pretty good at FanDuel. I think this one would certainly be worth betting. I'll have to double check in a bit, but you can find those just by clicking that boost icon in the top. So to actually place bets, very simple. I think FanDuel has one of the quickest bet slips available. I'm just going to place some $1 bets. I'll do a straight bet, a parlay, and a same game parlay. And so I'm going to take Toronto for $1. All I have to do is click that cell. It'll light up blue. Enter a dollar amount. Since it's live, it'll take a second or two longer. And there you go. There's my bet. It's going to win $1.58. I'm going to go now to college basketball. You can find it. I'm going to go to all games and find some games to bet later tonight. So again, I know nothing about these teams, and this will be long irrelevant by the time you watch this video. But I will take Wright State minus 7.5, Seattle minus 2.5, and Georgia State money line. Those are all going to be added to my bet slip, and it's going to create a parlay here in which I will bet $1 and I'll win $7.13. You can also bet these straight while they're in the bet slip, but I'm going to choose to do a parlay, and generally sportsbooks will lead you in that direction anyway. Place the bet, pretty instant, as long as they're not live bets. And then for same game parlays, I think it's one of the better functionalities in all of US sports betting. Basically, all you need to do is add bets, and if they're eligible, they'll automatically be added to the same game parlay. You don't need to go to a different menu or sort of a different loading screen like you do at DraftKings. You can just find bets you like, add them, and then if they're eligible, they'll go right into your same game parlay. So Jokic, 30 points, take the Nuggets money line, and then I'll take Jason Tatum, 3 threes. That's going to pay out plus 475, 10 wins, 47.50. Let's again put $1 on it, place the bet. There you go. You can share the bet. You can reuse the selection, so I can keep this in my bet slip. I can add more bets to it if I wanted to do, one same game parlay that's plus 450, and then add a couple legs and get it to 10-1 or 20-1 or whatever you want to do. And then the last thing I'll show you is my bets, which is basically just your active bet slip. But you can see here, anything that's active will show up here. Any settled bets, so I cashed this bet out when I was recording earlier, I'll see that in here as well. You can also save bets, so if there's a prop you really like that you want to add
to a same game parlay later in the week, or just a bet you don't want to forget about. You can save bets too and add them there, and then you'll add them to the bet slip. As the games are in progress, you can see the scores here. And so Bucknell looks to be in good shape. They're up 9, and they're getting 2.5. Oakland's up 13. They're laying 12.5. Be sure to check out all of our other sportsbook tutorials and how to best take advantage of the promotions they're offering in the videos and articles in the description of this video.